Today, we're going to be talking about Teslas, okay? My Tesla Model 3 was purchased around 3 weeks ago, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I've experienced, what I think. Is it worth it in 2026? I'm also going to break down how much I got a used Tesla Model 3 for. This was a sporadic purchase. If you don't know, this channel, we talk about tech and we talk about investing in tech. Should you not? We also talk about the quality of tech. And I thought, should I do a car video? And honestly, it just made too much sense. Why not? This is essentially tech on wheels. And, you know, some people say, oh, this is an iPad on wheels. Well, kind of, maybe a little more. First, we're going to just, talk about self-driving because we are definitely self-driving right now. We're actually heading to a charging station at a nearby casino. I don't have my hands on at all. It is currently looking at everything around us. We're heading to a supercharge station, and this was one of my biggest concerns, right? Do we actually save money charging our cars? I want to give you guys all of the in-depth information, and you will be surprised of how much I spent currently since having a Tesla on electric. Now, I don't have a electric outlet for me to install, nor do I live in a house to. I actually live in an apartment in Philadelphia, so we don't currently have the capability of plugging the Tesla up, right? So I haven't done that. And this is a really good opportunity for somebody that may be looking to get a Tesla, but not really have that capability to be able to install a at-home outlet. First, let's talk about the parking, right? So I'm going to do the parking aspect right now, just so you guys can see exactly how it works. So it moves for me. It's telling me exactly what it's doing. It makes the turning signals very smooth. It is. I love it. Okay. Now, again, I've done self-parking in small Philadelphia blocks, even big supermarket parking lots. Have never had an issue. Okay. It usually just charges fast as well. 30 minutes if I'm lucky, and I enjoy it. I'm gonna be honest, it's something different, but me, I like being away and being able to step away from the chaos. So it's okay for me. Now, for others, I would assume nobody would mind charging your Tesla for 30 minutes or even 40 or maybe 50, depending on your battery temperature. But for me, it's cool so far. Maybe in the future, it won't be. I charge my Tesla every single night. Today, I did not actually get to charge my Tesla last night because I was busy at the store. Let's talk about Tesla charging. The way we basically essentially charge is we find a charge station, and we then can see that we are going to be paying 41 cents per kilowatt, okay? Now 50 cents if it's congested, okay? Now, I usually try to aim for the 24 cents or the 35 or the 24, but you see, that's like in the morning, late at night. That is kind of not everybody's cup of tea. So I understand the frustration, but right now there's not a lot of people here. There's not a lot of Teslas here at all. It's just about 5. I've been at charging stations where there has been a bunch of Teslas and I've had to wait. That's very frustrating. But all in all, charging isn't too complex. It's very simple. Right now, my last charging session to fill up, look at how much it cost me. It cost me $8.32. I ended up spending so far, me having my car, spent $297, I believe, so far in my lifetime charging. That is good. It saves me money. Gas right now is like $4.32 a gallon. Gas is quicker, charging is slower, but I would charge any day. Let's talk about the pricing and why I actually brought this Tesla before we even talk about how the Tesla actually looks. I brought this Tesla as a everyday use car. I am used to traveling long distances, and to be honest, a Tesla is one of my dream cars, a car that I wanted to be able to get. I'm a very tech savvy person. I felt like this would actually translate. So I brought it. Now, it was a gamble. Didn't know much about Teslas or the electric aspect or component. But I will tell you right now, I don't want to speak too early, but I have no buyer's remorse, right? I'm very happy. Now, I'll show you guys a little bit of the display and things that I like. Number one, I like the fact that Tesla is simple. As you guys can see, the interface is very simple. You have the steering wheel right here. You have the air ducts right here. Goes all the way across horizontally. Then you have the tablet right here. I have my little car mount right here. You have the regular visors. You have the hazard. Then you have the wireless charger right here. I like that. On the doors, of course, you have the button to open, and then you have the windows controls. Holders, of course, are below on every seat. Now, I myself got the premium and full drive, but I like that I could see the map. I like that I could tell my Tesla to drive me wherever. I like that I need a pin for me to drive if I choose. I also can use voice controls, open glove box, and then I gotta put a pin in to open the glove box, right? So I'm putting the pin in, I'm looking, and then it opens. I also like that I can access Grok. I never used Grok until I got this car. Grok, who is Educated Hustler on YouTube?
Educated Hustler is a YouTube channel run by Brandon Jones from Philadelphia. He shares tech reviews, e-commerce tips, phone flipping, reselling, product unboxings, business updates, and motivation for hustlers.
Check out that channel. But other than that, guys, it's very simple, straight to the point. You have a bunch of different controls that you can utilize. Of course, you have controls where you can utilize the parking lights, the dome lights, auto, folding mirrors, child lock, window lock. The Serenity mode, we'll get into that because I actually had kids jump onto my car yesterday. The dynamics where you can actually set the way that you steer, you accelerate. Charging, obviously, is what we're doing currently right now. We're at $4.20. We are paying 41 cents per kilowatt, which is not too good. Now, when it comes to self-driving, we have that where we can do the full self-drive. We can do a bunch of different little settings. We have locks where we can set different lock settings, and also I can utilize the keys that I have. And we have the lights. We have the seats where I can do the heated seats, move seats up, back and forth, right? Then we have the display where I can alter the display on my monitor. Schedule for the charging. Safety, Serenity mode is something I use. It basically makes your car a security camera on wheels while it's parked, so you could be able to see when someone touches your car, tries to open a door. Now, service and software, navigation, trips, profile, Wi-Fi, all of these things are self-explanatory. But again, it comes with a bunch of features, and I like the fact that this updates every night, basically, and you're getting a car that is consistently improving as the longevity goes along. And I think that is really cool, right? Now, one thing I will say is charging, I can see, could be a negative for people, but another negative for people could be the fact that you don't want these electronics to get hot. So your car is on all the time, and utilizing the feature on the Tesla app where you can actually monitor, you can regulate the temperature in the cabin to make sure that your electronics don't overheat is important, but your car is basically on 24/7. That is something where it's like, I don't know, but I will tell you right now, in a 3-week time, me paying $297 for electric, when I looked back at my bank statements for gas that I was using within 3 weeks, we're talking up 550. Okay, 500 to 550. I'm spending on gas, so I'm saving money. I'm also losing time. Right now, I'm recording while I'm charging, but essentially losing time would be the downfall. Now, guys, I have kids, and the kids have enough room back here. I'm surprised by how much room people have in the back seat. The back seat is very spacious. And again, we're going to talk about the car as far as its physical sense, because that to me is the biggest deterrent on if this is actually worth buying in 2026. I'll tell you guys this right now. I'm very disappointed in the design of the Tesla. You know, from afar, it looks really cool. But I think when you get up front and close and start utilizing it on an everyday basis, there are certain flaws you just can't get over. And they kind of, for me, they mess my mood up. They make me upset, frustrated. Let's first start with rating, and I'll go more in depth probably in another video as far as what features I use. Rating the features in the cabin that the Tesla has as far as an interface, I'm really giving it an 8.5. I love the features, I love the simplicity, but I will say there are a bunch of things, in my opinion, that don't have to be so complicated. And I'll share one, right? Let's say I want to turn on the wipers, okay? I want to turn the wipers on. Well, if I want to turn the wipers on, guys, I have to go ahead and I have to hit this button right here, okay, to turn on the wiper. And that's just going to essentially make it wipe one time. But then I can go ahead and I can use my wheel to go ahead and change the different settings. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, the ones you choose, it makes it go faster. But it's like, I just don't like that feature. Auto doesn't work really well, in my opinion. I've used the auto wiper feature a few days ago, and it just was very inconsistent. There were times where it wasn't raining and the blades were just moving and moving. And then you could see, like, that's obviously going to cause wear and tear, right? So that's kind of annoying. So I would definitely say the interface has small things that make it more complicated than actually needed, and I don't appreciate that. Overall, it's great. I think that I'm just being a stickler. I'm really being critical on certain things that I don't like, but the pros are 100% outweighing the cons. I love the dash cam. I love Serenity mode, where I can actually keep track of my car. So I'm definitely giving it an 8.5. It definitely is worth 2026 money, because I would say, like, 2026, you want to feel like you're driving in luxury with bang for your buck, but you also want to be able to protect your things. Now I have ceramic tint all around my car, which is blocking heat from actually coming in. The only place that there is not ceramic tint is on the windshield. I probably will get that done. But other than that, I don't feel any heat from the sun. It's more so just the light. And people can't see in here as much as I can see out, and I like that. That cost me a total of $400. The windshield is going to cost me like 175, I believe, or 180. So that is an expensive addition, but I do think it was necessary because a lot of people look in your car, especially when you have a Tesla. Before we get into any other aspect and the pricing, I'm going to talk about spending money on more upgrades, which I did. Okay. So what happens is you go in the menu, you can go to upgrades. Now, I don't have any more upgrades because I brought them all. I did 2 upgrades. I did the full self-drive, and I also did the premium. Now, premium allows you to have this radar function on your GPS, but it also allows you to have media. So you can listen to music. You can also use the theater without needing to hook up to your cell phone's Wi-Fi. It basically gives the car connection to Tesla's Wi-Fi, I guess, right? So I can watch YouTube or whatever. But I will say I'm extremely disappointed in this feature. Why? Well, sometimes it moves really slow, and also I can't watch 1080p without it buffering. Long time my Apple Music wasn't working. It does work now, but again, it's just something that I feel you should get more. Especially, it's $9 a month, right? The full self-drive, though, I would say I 100% like, I enjoy, I needed it. It makes me feel like I got my own personal driver. It's $99 a month. I will continue to spend $99 extra a month. And speaking of extra and monthly, let's talk about how much this car actually cost me. So when I brought this car, I already understood that I had a car that I was currently utilizing. And I also knew that I needed to get a used one because it's my first one. I didn't want to buy and finance a newer one and not really like it, or it not fit my lifestyle. So I wanted to buy a used one, and I did. Now, sound system is okay. It's not what I'm used to. I'm used to driving like Nissan Maximas, which has Bose and really good sound systems. But this car has an okay one. As far as the electronics and everything, we already talked about that, 8.5. But when it came to the price, so this is a Tesla Model 3 2023, and I got this for $20,000. Now, it was originally $25,000. Talked them down. That was an okay price, but the taxes kicked my butt, an extra $1,700. And I'm hoping that I don't have to pay too much expense on maintenance. That was what really sold me, because I don't have to change much. And people say, yes, you do, but you don't really, from what I see, right? But we're gonna see later on. But the price, yes, I ended up paying $20,000 for this car, and the insurance kicked my ass. It was like $400 for me, and that's about it. So we're spending like around 400 to 500 a month on this car. Let's talk about the exterior. Now I'm going to give you guys a little walkthrough of the car and some things I've noticed about the Model 3 that may make people change their minds on their perspectives that they may have had in the beginning. So coming out of the car, number one, I got like a blue color, right? Now, my car is a little dusty. That's number one. I washed my car by hand and it's a little dusty. Why is it dusty? Because the color seems to attract a lot of dust. Now, you can't see the dust really from afar, but the dust consistently comes on. Also, of course, you have the glass roof, which takes a lot of maintenance, okay? Gets a lot of dust. That's not the problem. The problem is, look under here, okay? You see how there is some mud down here, right? Well, there's a bunch of different specs on my car, okay? And these are from like rocks, okay? These are from a lot of different things, but this is another spec that just came, and there's more down here. The paint on the Tesla is one of the worst paints I've ever experienced on a car in my entire life. I've never had a car, now I've had white cars, I've had black cars, dark color cars. I've never experienced a car that just gets so damaged so quickly. You can't wash these by simply going to a car wash. You have to do it by hand. It's a big problem for me. And not only that, the fact that you have to make sure you're delicate with the paint. You have to make sure that you are using the right material because Tesla has a thin layer of paint on their vehicles. This is a huge problem. Not just that though. So remember when I said that I had ceramic tint, right? This is the ceramic tint, okay? You can see a little bit inside, but not all the way. I didn't want to get 5%. I'm not young no more. I'm not trying to hide everything, but it works great. But when it comes to the roof, if you get the wrong type of ceramic tint on your windows, if somebody lies and says they're doing ceramic and they're doing another type, right? Your window will crack. This is so annoying because I found myself hesitant to get my roof tinted like these because one, it's already kind of tinted, but also I don't want the wrong ceramic to be applied and for the roof to have cracked glass, okay? Now, when it comes to the front glass, I'm probably gonna get it done, but again, my biggest gripe with this car is the chip paint. Like, just look at the car. It's like, are you serious? And I had a kid that actually, my Tesla alerted me, he came and fell on my car off his scooter, and I don't know if you guys can see the fingerprints, but there's fingerprints still on here. It's just delicate paint, and I kind of am annoyed with this paint. The color alone, I love. I am in love with this car just in general. I like it. But when you talk about the exterior, I definitely would give this exterior 6. Because not just the paint, but also the wheels. The wheels stick out. So the wheels, it seems, are a little bit difficult to maintain because they stick out a little bit when you're parking. So I made this mistake on my rims. I was just parking, my radar wasn't beeping, but my rim ended up getting scratched, okay? That was annoying, very annoying. These are like small little things that I honestly wish I could avoid, but I can't, or I didn't know how to. Now I'm more cautious. These are things that I wish I kind of knew. It wouldn't change the way that I brought the car, but it probably would change the way I prepared and took care of it, right? So that's why I would give this like a 6, because there's so many different things that I find to be difficult maintaining the exterior wise, that are out of my control. And things that are out of my control, it's so hard. I'm in your way, I'm sorry.
No, not at all.
There's so many things that are really hard for me to maintain, and I kind of regret not doing my research on it, because maybe I would have got a different color, right? And maybe I would have made sure that the paint was A1 when I got it. I feel like there are some chips that were already here, but what are we gonna do, right? I'm gonna see about just getting my car repainted, or maybe even getting a wrap on. A protective wrap may be good, but we'll see. So now guys, let's look at the interior of the car a little bit more in depth. Those are like one of my favorite parts of the car. And then here's the back seat. And again, it has a bunch of leg room. I'm 6'2". I'm good, right? Like this is actually pretty good for me. Now I have these protective mats down. I do have kids, so I gotta make sure I'm protecting the floor. When it comes to the leather on the seats, the leather is not too bad. I do see opportunities that maybe I could put some more protective layers on, because this is a, I guess, stain. Of course, you have the little scuffs from people's seats. Comes to the door is pretty good. You got the security unlock under this mat. Everything is like really self-explanatory. I love the view from the back. I think that this is a really good view. It just looks futuristic. It looks nice. I like that the black part of this roof seems to be darker when the sun is shining its brightest. Now let's look at the front. Now with the front, I like it. I think the front, again, is spacious if you, of course, move the seat back. But I like the charging pads. I just don't like that this doesn't work if your phone is actually on a case. Now, as a passenger, again, you have enough space for your legs, right? I have enough space. I'm good. I think, again, the middle consoles, they are really nice. As you see, I got two cords. I got an iPhone cord. These are RGB cables, by the way. Really good cables to purchase. I got the RGB cables, my daughter's scrunchie. And then I have like Meta Ray-Ban glasses. I have my camera case and some leftover dollars from a toll booth. But it's deep, right? But it's very, very simple. You need some type of accessory to make these components or make it sections for you to be able to put different things. Anything like me, you probably put or used to put change in the cup holder. Now I sometimes put change in the cup holder, but with this car I really haven't, because these cup holders are horrible. So these cup holders, they are really, really big. I feel like they could have put the little plastic things to hug the cup to make sure the cup isn't shaking. When I say these cups shake, they shake. Now inside this armrest, right? So in the armrest, and the armrest looks just like this. In the armrest, I have, my daughter's 6, so I got some Vicks for her. I got some hand lotion and then a bunch of like little miscellaneous cards and stuff. This goes deep. It goes all the way to right here. I like it, and I could definitely use some shelving or some type of components just for me to be able to easily put things like change maybe. So that's probably an accessory that I look for. So I do like that, but probably can get a little better. Now, I love the glove box. The glove box is okay. Now, I'll take a look and show you guys the front. So we're gonna open them from our iPad. People kill me with the iPad talk, but we're gonna open it like that. So now what I have here, I have like a trash bag. I have a bunch of car cleaning supplies because again, this car needs to be cleaned a lot. We got some tissues. Then I went to an event with T-Mobile and I got this hat. So, but the trunk is deep, okay? You can also open this and it gets even deeper. This is my plug for at-home charging. Now the front is a little different. I play basketball probably 4 times out the week, so this is where I store like a lot of basketball stuff. If you see, the front is kind of small, right? I see people that have like accessories, like little pads that they put their stuff at down in. I just put my basketball stuff. You know, what's interesting is when I try to close this, I usually wouldn't slam it, but I would push it down and then I would just push on here. But evidently, just pushing down isn't good. You're supposed to push it down a certain way. You're supposed to put one hand right here, and push down. I'm gonna try it. That actually was very easy. And of course, you got your charging port right here. And then this is where you put the charging outlet. I like it. I like Tesla a lot. I honestly don't want to be a negative Nancy about it because I enjoy this car. And I'm not joking when I say this is my dream car. Because you got to remember, me starting out, guys, even on this channel. But if you guys don't know, I have my own businesses. Educated Hustle is my main channel where I showcase those businesses. I sell tech, electronics. I don't just review them, I sell them as well. I have a wholesale warehouse and also phone stores. But I never thought I'd be able to have a Tesla or even have the guts to get one. But I always wanted one. And, you know, I have one. I'm thankful, grateful, and hope that this is the first of many. But guys, so I'm going to let you guys go. I know this has been pretty long, but I want to answer the question, is it worth, in my opinion, buying as somebody that has just bought 3 weeks ago, spent 20K. It's a lot of money. I'm going to say so far, I 100% believe this is worth it. I do. It is very scary though, because when I'm thinking about trips or, you know, when I'm driving and my battery is down to 23%, I know for a fact I got to put aside some time to charge. When I'm self-driving though, I feel so ahead of time because sometimes I am tired. So there's like so many pros and so many cons. I just think this is worth it for somebody that may be an entrepreneur that's multitasking and may need some assistance, driving and assistance when it comes to being able to watch YouTube while working on the go mobily in their car, or maybe just somebody that loves the clean, simplistic, minimalistic feel plus tech, and also doesn't want oil changes and have to do all of the maintenance that you would have to do with a regular car. I'm eager to learn more. If you guys have any insight or any tips for me, definitely let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I definitely rate this a good purchase. Overall, I think this car, out of a scale of 1 to 10, I think this car is 100% a 8.5. I love it, but I feel like there are some things that we could improve on, especially the paint, man. That's a big thing. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.